Hello and welcome back to Mike and Mine with Omar. It's actually been a while, and I'm super excited to be back with you again and then to catch up. I mean, how is everyone doing? And how have you been? How is the economy, the weather? I mean, the political climate and everything in between, I'm really glad to catch up with you guys. It's really been a while. And then, yeah, life was life in, and I couldn't bring you guys an episode last week, but excited that we could have a great discussion today. And then today I will be discussing a topic that I think that is very close to so many people's heart. It has the great side, it has the not so great side. People are divided over it, governments are divided over it, individuals are divided over it, and so many things. And today I will be asking the very important question: is social media empowering us or actually exploiting us? uh, Whichever side of the divide you actually stand on, you might not be wrong. And I believe that your opinion or your stand is actually valid and justifiable based on whatever reason that you have. But for today, I want to do more of sharing my personal journey with social media, the great experiences I had along the way, and also maybe the not so great experiences that had also come with it. So I think I joined social media properly probably 2000 and somewhere 2011, 2012, at a computer lab in my former secondary school, where I think a colleague of mine was talking about what was happening on Facebook, the nice things and all of those things. And I was like, that really looks good. And I want to experience something like that. So I didn't know how to open an account. I never had an email address. And I think my experience with computer too was not much. So he told me that I think there's an internet cafe, or his father or someone works in an internet cafe. Now I can't remember the full story because it's been since 2011 or 12. So, but he created an account for me, and then with the password, so he helped me open a social media account. So, I mean, I started using it, posting pictures, liking people's pictures, calling people at some point on Messenger and all of those things. So yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was fun for me, and for me at that time, social media was just a platform to know what people are up to, what's happening, to keep up with the trends, and all of those things. So yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it, and then I mean, since then I really never left social media space, especially Facebook. But fast forward, moving from high school to starting university, social media was also such a great tool in helping us connect. I mean, in accessing information, I mean, getting news, either the bad news or the good news, and so many other things. And then I'll fast track this because I want to say a lot more about my personal experience and journey with it. So at the end of the video, you are going to decide for yourself whether social media is empowering us or is exploiting us. Because I want to believe that multiple truth can coexist. And I am also a believer that two things can be right at the same time. Social media can empower us, it can also exploit us at the same time. So for some people, social media is a blessing, others, social media is a curse, and for some other people, it is both. So all of these things can coexist in the same place, and then they can all be right, depending on the perspective you are taking it from, and the angle that you are taking your discussion from. So moving fast forward, somewhere around 2016, when we then had a leadership training at the University of the Gambia. Shout out to Jimmy Henry Zali and everyone that was part of the UTG Leadership Fellowship. And then we were challenged to look around the society and come up with a societal issue and then provide a solution to that. And then also, I think I need to say that Jimmy was also part of the few people that have given me the first opportunity to be on radio and then talk about stuff. So thank you, Jimmy. So then from the radio, we had a show and we were walking back home. It was myself and a friend. I didn't have the permission to mention her name here. So we were walking and then we talked about, okay, it's summer. What those Gambian kids do? What do they have here and there? But to cut the long story short, we came up with an idea of having a television program for children. And then from a television program, it started, it didn't go the way it should have gone. So many things happened in between, but then we had turned it into a non-governmental organization. And then we started doing what was called Kids Got Talent Gambia. So many people, I think that know me apart from the professional setting, or probably from UTG would have known me as part of an organization that organizes Kids Got Talent, and it was an incredible platform. It empowered so many children. It's impressive to see a lot of our kids in media spaces now, in so many different spaces, doing amazing, amazing, amazing work. So shout out to the entire Kids Got Talent team and Catch Them Young team per se, and Kids Got Talent. So then we were looking for sponsors and funding and everything. But as usual, it's very difficult to have funding to do activities in Gambia. And this might be my experience. Other people might say no, but that has been my experience. But not also to say that, other people were not very supportive when we started and all of those things. People put in their personal resources, such as time. They give us, some people provided support in one way or the other. But I'm trying to drive to a point of how social media transformed, help us transform our organization and the many journey that comes after that. So then I saw an advert. This is in no advertisement for Cowbell, but I saw Cowbell post an advertisement on Facebook. And then they said that they need certain group of kids to advertise their product and all of those things. And then I sent them a message to say that our organization can do this. And in return, you sponsor our Kids Got Talent program. And then they replied to say that, oh, cool, send us a proposal. So we had already developed a proposal and we have already done first edition of Kids Got Talent already. So I sent them the proposal and all of that. They looked at it and they called back, this is impressive. We want to be a part of it. And I was like, yeah. So they asked me to share the budget and all of those things. So I have done. I've shared the budget with them. And after sharing the budget with them, I think a couple of weeks later, they sent me an email detailing that they are interested and they sent a contract that we need to sign a contract and they're going to give us this amount of money. And then I shared the contract with a lawyer friend that uh, I met through YALI, Young Africans Leadership Initiative. We trained together in Ghana. Shout out Nafi for helping us at that time. And then she looked at the contract and she was like, this contract is not harmful. It's good. It's okay. And all of that. So we then signed the contract and we received the money from them. And when I told my team that we are going to receive this amount from Cowbell to finance our event, a lot of people were in shock. They didn't believe it, but that was right there, the power of social media, because that single advert and me taking just a single step to send them a message has transformed what the organization was going to look like in coming years. So during that period, because obviously for a lot of people that know, Kids Got Talent is a ticketed program. People have to pay ticket to enter and watch the show. So meaning the organization also generated some money from it. So knowing that this edition was financed or supported by Cowbell, obviously with other partners, then the money from the tickets and all of these things then go to the savings of the organization, which serve as a starting point to do many other successful events later on. But apart from that as well, for me, I felt that if social media wasn't there at the time, it was going to be difficult to even reach more people because we did not have the money to pay advertisement on television. We don't have the money to pay radio adverts and all of that. So my team and I relied solely on social media to recruit children, to advertise the program, to look for sponsors, to popularize the event, and sell our tickets and everything. So social media was incredible in really enabling us to reach where we had reached, really. So moving forward from there as well, I went on to work as a senior public relations officer for a certain institution and a communication strategist for a certain institution as well. A job that exposed me to using social media extensively. I had used social media to create and build an institutional image from a certain level. I've also used social media to, sell products, uh, talk about the good things that we do, lobby for support and partnership, and then incredibly, at the time, my institution got a lot of support and partnership from philanthropists in the Gambia, outside the Gambia, and in so many places. So I really can say firsthand that social media is an incredible asset in connecting people, in, I mean, enabling people to popularize their brands, making people get aware of what they do, what a certain brand does, and also lobbying for partnerships. So in addition to that, I think somewhere in 2000 and I think 20 or 21, I had also ventured into a business with a colleague, and this social media was also very critical in helping us make sales. As a new business, you can't only rely on the people that you know. You can also rely on the friends and your circle and everyone else. Though we have had incredible support system, our friends were amazing. They came in their numbers to patronize us. They bought from us. They helped me advertise here and there. But I can say that my knowledge in using social media and also digital marketing was such an empowering tool in helping us get the brand recognition that we needed and also helping us push the amount of sales that we were able to make. I'll give an example. For example, in Ramadan, we had what we call Yekale packs and all of those things. So a lot of those packs I was able to sell through my WhatsApp status on Twitter and Facebook, and the same with my colleague as well. So social media is also incredible. It's an incredible tool for small businesses. You can go online now and say the kind of services you want, and then you get a recommendation of a business that is offering that kind of service. So I believe that it's a good tool in getting you the recognition and clientele that you need in real, for you to be able to sell. But also an important lesson in my journey that I have learned that social media that also made me took social media very seriously. All these things might not be coherent, as in one thing come after the other, but I'm just trying to generally explain how beneficial it was to me. Was the fact that when we had the Young Africans Leadership Initiative, it's called YALI. I was fortunate to be part of the group of Gambians, and of course Africans that were trained in Ghana somewhere around 2017. And then we had a guest speaker uh, who spoke about personal branding. and then talked about how and the power of digital tools and in creating an image for yourself. And I think for me, one of the things or few of the things that I still remember from that conversation is the fact that nobody, except for people that have the means to employ people to talk, to tell the world about who they are, their stories, their journeys, and all of that, nobody is going to do that for you. So, but you have the social media at your fingertip where you can talk about the amazing things you have achieved. You can talk about what you're up to, because those can be things that really that can really inspire other people that are looking after you as a role model, or that look for that look or people that look at you as role model. They can be inspired to take a similar journey or even do better than that you're doing. So the speaker emphasized on the need to use digital tools in order to brand yourself. Is because for a lot of people, they will not have the opportunity to meet you in order to know who you are. But through what they know about you in social media, you can be recommended in rooms that you probably have never thought that you're going to sit in those rooms. And I think for me that was an incredible message. It was such an empowering message at the time. And when I came back from Ghana, it was definitely part of the things that I really worked on. Uh, Talking about what I do. And I understand that in our setting, especially as Gambians, talking too much about yourself could or can be interpreted as not being humble. Also, it can be interpreted as you bragging, or so many other interpretations can be attached to it. But what is more important is for you to be intentional about telling people who you are. And I think if there's any platform that does that so well now, is LinkedIn. I mean, I know it's a professional platform. People get jobs through LinkedIn, people get jobs through recommendations in LinkedIn, and so many things. So we have so many tools in our hands, and we have so much opportunity that social media brought to us that can make us better. And I think if we learn to use it appropriately, really, it can we can go very I mean, we can achieve a lot from it. Like I told you, I have had an opportunity of getting money for an organization that I co-founded, for an organization that I worked with. We had a lot of support in kind and so many ways. So, but also recently, influencing is such a lucrative job. And then for a lot of influencers, they do not have the 9 to 5 job, but they make a lot of money because they have the following, they have the brand recognition, and they are able to influence their followers to buy the services or the products that they are influencing. So therefore, there are a lot of also there are also career opportunities on social media, and in this YouTube street here as well. We have a lot of YouTubers that are making a lot of money. I mean, I think a couple of days ago, I saw that Candace Owens is actually the most followed YouTuber in the world, and I think the most followed and the most viewed YouTuber in the world. Then one can imagine how much Candace Owens makes out of the videos that she makes and all of that. So social media can create a lot of careers or a lot of opportunities in terms of making money, in terms of getting news, in terms of giving voices to people who do not, who the society deem voiceless, but also it can be such an incredible tool in ensuring that we connect with other people all over the world. You can know so much about a certain country without actually being into that country. That is the power of social media. Social media had also made movements reach every corner in the world. Let's talk about let's talk about, elections in so many countries. Let's talk about concepts like feminism. Let's talk about positive masculinity, and let's talk about so many other concepts and theories and topics that are and ideas that people are fascinated by. You get to see and know a lot about it on social media. And I think it is, I mean, if used wisely, it is such a powerful tool that can transform lives as it has been transforming lives. Let's look at people on TikTok. There are individuals that are cashing out big on TikTok, and they haven't really, they don't have 9 to 5, but they live more conducive lives than a lot of us that have 9 to 5. So, and if personally for me, I think social media is very empowering. I do understand the other sides of social media, which I am coming to discuss now. That is whether it is a cause, or whether social media is also exploiting us. I understand that part of the conversation, and I also believe that social media can be exploitative to certain people, because some people use social media as a bait in order to exploit their victims. Let's say, for example, um, I don't want to mention name, but somebody can be very influential on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, Snapchat, you name any of them. And then there can be young people that look up to this individual. And they have idolized this individual. Everything that this individual does is right to them. Therefore, individuals like that, they have both the moral responsibility, in my opinion, and also the societal responsibility in order to guide those people that look up to them. I understand that for a lot of people, I have not asked anybody to look up to me, which is valid. And a lot of people will also say that I don't want to be anybody's role model, because they feel that this comes with a lot of responsibility. But here is the truth: your mere existence on those platforms, the kind of message you put out in those platforms, right? And then the kind of influence you have makes you a role model by default. And I'm with the opinion that your conduct, your actions, all of those things will go in one way or the other, or all of those things in one way or the other are going to influence other people. So therefore, thinking about people that look up to you in every action and decision will certainly go a long way in ensuring that young people are guided. And I think for me, the I think the biggest news about social media this week comes from Australia. I don't know whether you've all seen or heard about. Australia has banned social media for children under 16 years. And I believe that, and I have seen in reports, they haven't just wake up and say that they're going to ban social media. There has been series of cases where young people have taken their own lives, where young people have struggled with mental health issues, and so many other ills that comes with social media. And they have decided that, as a country, in order to protect their younger people, they are going to make sure that nobody has access to social media when you are under 16 years. Then when you reach 17 and upward, you can then have access to social media. I believe they must have really done study or look at it critically to have decided that at least at 17, you are able to manage your own emotions. You're able to understand the complexities that comes with this and all of that. But if anybody wants to make further research on it, I think DW, no, 60 Minutes Australia has done a documentary on this, and then it is insightful. I found it really informative. And then they have introduced us to parents really who lost their children to anorexia, to suicide, and to so many ills that social media had fantasized to young people, and then they have taken steps in taking their own lives. So you should check out this documentary. Really, it's a very I think it's an amazing documentary. The title is Will the World's First Social Media Ban Work? That is 60 Minutes Australia. They are asking the question, will the world's first social media ban work? I think this documentary take us through the complexities of social media, and then you're going to understand it in depth, right? To know the implications of exposing young people to social media. Also, another issue I think our generation faces with when it comes to social media, it's about how we present ourselves. I don't want to sound contradictory here because I did say that branding is such an important thing, and social media can help us with that. Building your image enable you to reach the right people. You can get jobs and so many things. That is a fact, right? But it is also important to put out that people present in social media certain kind of lifestyle that they actually do not possess. For example, in social media, you will see perfect faces, perfect bodies, perfect houses. You understand? Perfect travels. I mean, everything looks nice. Everything looks. I mean, the aesthetics looks pleasing. But I believe that nothing in this life really looks that perfect. So social media has made people believe that I mean, their bodies are not good enough, and that's why people can will go through body enhancement and all of those things. Not to say that anything is wrong with that. If that is what you want for yourself, and you can afford it because it's not cheap, you know, enhancing any part of your body is not cheap. But if that is what you want, and you feel that is the right thing for you, perfectly okay, right? But in the same vein also, it is important to highlight that because of things like that, a lot of young people feel pressured to look like that. They feel pressure to look like people that have perfect bodies, that have perfect faces. The pictures are perfect. They are they look very pleasing. So this, among so many other ills, also makes social media very fearful. And for me as a parent, I sit and start thinking, if social media is this bad at our generation, how will it look for children that are already born in social media age, in a digital age? Because I know, I mean, my kids can operate, they can operate tablets, they can operate uh, mobile phone. There are certain things that they are able to do by themselves. They can even go to Google and search things, right? So in as much as those can be positives, but it also presents a lot of harm to them. And that's why for me it's important to get them exposed to some of these technologies. But in the same vein, it is equally very important to ensure that you stay in touch with what they are doing with those gadgets, what they are searching online, and the kind of information that they are consuming. Because all of these things will add up at some point to generally give them an experience, whether they are going to say an empowering experience or an exploitative experience. So therefore, there is no, at least for me, there is no straightforward answer to whether social media is truly empowering us today, or it is exploiting us. But it's important to understand that or multiple truth can coexist, and two things can be right at the same time. Therefore, social media can be empowering, and I have experienced that. Social media, the power of social media. But I've also seen firsthand the effects of social media, such as social media bullying. I mean, the harsh and terrible comments that make people not want to live again, right? So also the negative part of social media is real. And for me, my advice will be to make sure that in whatever we do it in moderation. use social media responsibly so that you can benefit from the empowering aspect of it, and also limit your consumption of what looks perfect out there, because that is what everybody is selling these days. We are all selling what looks like utopia, but actually in life, nothing like that truly exists. So it's important to try to strike a balance, be aware of the good, but also I'll be aware that, I mean, the bad aspect of it also exists. So I think in that way we are able to make a conscious decision to use social media in the most useful way possible. And with this, I hope that you are able to make your own judgment and conclusion on whether social media is empowering or exploitative. But I do know that both sides of the coin are right, and both sides of the coin can coexist as well. So thank you. I mean, we've come to the end of today's conversation with Omar, and it has been Mike and mine with Omar. And let's engage each other in the comment section. Please put down your comments, write down your experiences with social media. I mean, like this video, share, and also put on the bell icon note so that anytime I post a new video, you actually get notified, and then we stay connected in the community. Let's build a community that is going to be very empowering. Let's build a community where we are going to talk about those difficult conversations, but very needed. Let's build community where we are going to uplift each other. Until I come your way again, it has really been Mike and mine with Omar, and thank you for having me. And yeah, wherever you are, have an amazing day or evening. Goodbye.